everyone. I wanted to go over some information about moving to Louisville that would be really important. And I wish that I would have had it when I moved to Louisville some years ago. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in with some information. And I want to talk about basically the cost of living, the cost to live here. And one of the first things, of course, would be rent. So let's just say that you're going to move here and rent. And I'm going to pull up a website that will give us some ideas of that. And if you bear with me while I pull it up and share my screen. Let's see, here we go. Okay, screen share. And here we go. All right, so this is Zumper.com. And what I did is put in the zip code 40241. And then the range I just did up to around $5,000. So just scrolling through here, you can see, like, for example, right here, this is in downtown Old Louisville. And I've done videos about Old Louisville, a lot of historic, mostly brick homes, usually multifamily at this point because they've separated them out because they're just so big. So as you can see, this first one is a 4-bedroom that rents for $1,800. And a lot of these will be student lived in because the University of Louisville, Spalding, JCTC are all very close down here. Here we're moving on. This is going to be just slightly east and north of where that old Louisville home was. And so for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, looks like you have the whole house here, is $1,200. And that's 34% below average, it said. So although this is number A, so I'm wondering this is like a duplex or something. It's just posted 5 days ago. Excuse me. Here we have the Cherokee Seneca area. So that's going to be a little bit further east again. We have a home that's 4 bedrooms, 2-bath, and that's $2,600. Moving on. Now this is across the bridge, which is really not far from downtown. So let's say you work downtown and need to Lord have mercy, drive down there. Sorry. Then when I first moved here, I actually did live across the bridge in Clarksville, and it was very easy to jump across the 2nd Street Bridge and be at work. I could be there honestly in 10 minutes, parking garage at my desk. Let's moving up here to, this is the Jacob neighborhood, 6% below average, so $1,700 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So just kind of scrolling through here, New Albany is across the bridge as well, but a little bit more to the west. Here we have, I'm not sure where Wellington Green, I'm thinking that's going to be in Jeffersonville, just based on the phone number. Let's see. And that could be a trailer park. There may be a trailer park over there. Here we got $1,600. This is in Newburgh neighborhood. So this is just a little further south of downtown, but southeast slightly. And again, we got Clarksville across the bridge. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Now here we have one in Shively. So this is going to be southwest of Louisville, and it's going to be about $900 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. So looks like, yeah, it's below market. So I wanted to show those to you so you can kind of see if you're just going to start out renting. Some people do. They don't really want to jump in or aren't able to jump in right away. That was kind of a range of homes that we could have available. And so let's go to power. So in Louisville, you basically will have just one option, and that is LG&E, which stands for Louisville Gas and Electric, which I believe has been bought by someone else. So let me go to, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second so I can get this other website up. And hopefully I have, okay, gotcha. I'm going to share my screen again and show you a bill for about a year. So this is with air conditioning running. I never touched the thermostat. I set it where I want. It's a heat pump, and it doesn't seem to adjust quickly. I think they undersized it when I got it put in a few years ago. So FYI. But so average for, now this is the gas and electric bill combined. They're in the same bill. And so 235, 239. In June was 150, 111, 145. March, of course, that's your February. So it was cold, 200, 259. That was January. So it looks like in the last 12 months, since last November, we are looking at the biggest bill being 259. And that was that cold we had a kind of a cold, icy January. So, and if I were to go, I think another, you can kind of see pretty much that year before wasn't bad at all, was it? Yeah, 216 looks like the high in the previous year for 2021. So I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to shop around. I know I've seen people from Texas, for example, you have to shop around. You can't do that here. If you're moving in Louisville, your only option is Louisville Gas and Electric. And if you have bad credit, you'll have to put a deposit down if you owe them some money. If you don't, they'll hook it up pretty quickly. I think it just takes a day or two. You can go to their website, and I think here we'll show the website. Go to their website, request service, and there's a variety of ways you can pay it. As you can see, this app, online, phone, mail, in person. Some people still go in. I think if I croaked, my husband would probably have to walk into the place to pay the bill, which is downtown Louisville, by the way. So, so let's move on to water. And I'm going to have to stop sharing my screen for a second. And we'll move to the water company. And I think what I did was found a bill because I couldn't really, let's see. Okay, so let me share my screen again. All right, here we go. All right, so here is a bill for a rental property I had, and this is from last year. And the bill was $394. Now that seemed a little high. I see the water charges were this much, 24 bucks MSD. Now that is, so your water and your sewer, again, this is the only game in town. So your water and your sewer on the same bill. They'll come on the same bill. And then I had some other charges. And I think that was, I have a service you can pay for anything that goes wrong. Yeah, coverage is right here. Now, I want to say that the tenant had moved out and not paid the bill, and that's why this bill was like $394. So until I got the next tenant in there. So on average, I think my house, we're at about 200 bucks for 2 months. Now they changed it this year so that you will be paying monthly, and that's really new. And if I was being honest with you, I don't know what it is monthly. My bookkeeper does that. So I I could tell you it's always been somewhere around 120 bucks a month if I was averaging it out. Just of course depends on your usage. That's kind of how that works. The water company here is really proud of their success. So they continually, I guess they have these big competitions in the United States for the best water quality. And Louisville typically wins. It's kind of neat. I'm kind of glad for that. And to know that, the city water that we drink is such a high quality. But yet still people buy the water bottles. So let me take this off and stop sharing and see here I'm going to show you this website real quick. So they have a pretty decent website. They just upgraded again last year, but here's their contact information, how they have learning opportunities, drink with us. They call it Louisville Pure Tap. That's their water. It has its own name. And one thing that they they talk about is the fact that why our bourbon is so good is because of our water, and if that has to do with the limestone and all that. But they are, of course, taking that as far as some credit for that. There's a park, Water Tower Park. It's a historic landmark, and they're working there. And then here's the water quality. They have reports talking about lead awareness. The riverbank, because of course we have the Ohio River to the north of Louisville, which separates us and Indiana, the Ohio River. So you'll just have that bill, and it's now changed to once a month, I'm pretty sure, and that was recent. I want to say that's just in the last few months that's changed. It used to be every other month, and I hated that because it was too easy to forget. So so now, and obviously you can sit online and pay it, had an automatic pay and things like that. So the next thing I want to talk about is, and I don't think that I shared my screen on that, so sorry. That was a bonehead move, wasn't it? Okay, I'm gonna go share this. Sorry. So let me go back to customer service information here, learning with them, drinking with them, talking about the bourbon and being their best friend, Water Tower Park, the water quality. They're very proud of that. And here's their report. And they, you know, how they win awards. So you can go talk about that. And Bourbon, National Bourbon Heritage Month. I told you, water bourbon is here is crazy. So anyway, I won't prattle on about it. The next thing I'm going to stop sharing, hopefully I won't forget, but is to talk about taxes because it's the elephant in the room. So I'm going to close out some of these tabs that I've been opening so that I could show you. And moving on to close that. Okay, let me share again. All right, here we go. So this is the Jefferson County is our county, and that's who collects the taxes. And the sheriff's department is responsible for that until they get delinquent, and then it goes back to the county attorney's office. So it's kind of confusing a little bit. The bills come out in November. So November 1st, if you have a bunch of properties, and I have friends who own, you know, several hundred homes, and so they will show all of their tax bills, you know, as if they're crying about it, but they'll post them all on Facebook, and it's rather amusing. So you can go here to check about the tax bills, and if you do get late, so you have until December 31st. In the month of November, you get a discount if you pay it. In the month of December, it's even, so you pay what the bill is. If you pay after December 31st, then there's a penalty, and the penalties continue each month until I believe April 30th, and then, or April 1st, then they sell them. And they basically make them open market, and people buy them. They mark them up, and then reach back out to the homeowner and say, hey, I have your tax bill. Do you want to pay it, or I'll foreclose? So that is a thing that they'll have the houses for sale at they call it the county courthouse, but it's really not the courthouse anymore. But you'll hear people refer to it as that. And they will sell their taxes based on that. So people will lose their entire home for 1 year's taxes. It's kind of sad. So if I were to, let me stop sharing here for a second and then go to the tax, let me pull up this one, tax rates. Now, believe it or not, and it's Jefferson County Property Valuation Administration determines the tax rates, okay? And Jefferson County Public Schools, of course, public schools always get a piece of that, right? So they lowered the taxes for the second straight year, and that's been on all the news this week because it just is going into effect because the tax bills are coming out November 1st. So it basically talks about that it would be a savings of $33 for every $100,000 in assessed value. So of course, if you have a $200,000 home, it'd be $66 less that you owe this year. So I guess they were raising it every year, making it, pissing people off, you know, things like that. So here's the projected, I guess, for 2023 is the 76.3. We were at 79.6. 2021 was 80.6. I guess that's when everybody was pissed. So we're not quite to where we were in 2020, but it's, I guess, moving that direction. So I don't want to belabor that point, but I just wanted to touch base with you just so you can see what the tax rates are so that you can plan accordingly, because there's also a thing called tangible tax. So on your income tax, when you do your income taxes, there'll be a taxable thing on there, and so you'll have to pay on that as well. And that was very weird for me when I moved here. So what I want to move to, I'm gonna stop sharing that screen, is your day-to-day expenses like groceries. So we're gonna go to, let me share my screen again. Okay. And so I'm gonna go to Kroger's. That is the largest grocery store in the area. They're in almost every neighborhood. And they do a decent job as well. So here's their flyer for the week. This is Labor Day weekend. So here's some pricing. You got 99 cents a pound for white peaches with your, rewards card. What do we got? 4 avocados for $5. So we got beer with the coupon or rebate, $17. Bluebell ice cream is $4.99. Pop, this has been a pretty regular price for a while, for 12 packs for oops, sorry, for 12 packs for $12. So and let's see, Frosted Flakes, about $3, and you get a discount of $1. Let's see, move it on. And they do digital stuff. So I know, depending on, where you're at and what your stores are, there's digital coupons. So you can just select them. And then when you check out, it gives you your coupons and money off. Butter, $2.49. I know my one of our daughters is a professional baker, and she's excited when butter goes on sale. So she'll probably be stocking up. And let's see, Cottonelle, kind of, big deal the last couple of years with COVID. So we have a 18 pack for $15.99 with the coupon. Their rewards, then you can get discount on fuel based on how much you use, how much you shop there. Let's see, we got some smoked ribs for $11.99, looks like for a rack. Your King Hawaiian rolls, $3.99. So hopefully that kind of gets you an idea. We do have other options for grocery stores. For example, Aldi's is one of the options. There's a couple, just a few. I want to say 4 or 5 maybe. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But 4 or 5, they have really taken on a stronger position the last just few years. We also have Costco and Sam's, and then GFS. So GFS, you don't need a membership. Costco and Sam's, you do. I don't know, $50 to $100. I mean, I have both, just because wherever I'm at, I don't want to be driving to it. I probably lean towards Costco versus Sam's, but I'm not opposed to either one. And you can stock up. Obviously you have less selection, but you're buying in bulk. Like I said, Aldi's, you have Myers and Walmart also have groceries in some of their stores. And then there's going to be your Trader Joe's. We have, I think one here that's on Shelbyville Road that I know of. Whole Foods, those type of places. There are some, smaller markets, Paul's Fruit Market. So if you want to get fresh produce and things like that, and then they do have like a meat counter and food. So, and those are usually neighborhood specific. So the people in the neighborhood go there, but Paul's is all over town. So I just wanted to go over those items for you. And hopefully I've helped you today. If there's anything that I can do, please give me a call at 502-664-9971. Again, 502-664-9971. My name is Margaret Weathers, and I'm with Coldwell Banker McMahon in Louisville, Kentucky. And until next time, take care of each other. Thank you.